Hi there YouTube, it's me Morphsuit America, and in this video I'll be talking about the Mission Pass. Now, unlike the Battle Pass where I give my opinions and I do not like it, the Mission Pass of your Japanese PSO2 has a lot of significant items and ways to actually convert things where you can actually go towards something that is useful. And not only that, on the free-to-play side of things, they're giving a lot of relevant items that you will need so you can do a lot of upgrades. I will have to state this, you can look in the description for the time skip or depending on what you want to see. But I did a recording for this like a few minutes ago. The problem was my audio and my mic was muzzled. I don't know what the fuck happened, but now I had to do a redo. And you guys missed my genuine reaction when I first saw these items. So you're not going to get that same experience. I apologize, but I couldn't stand the audio when I was listening to the feedback. So this is a redo of that one. So it's not going to be as exciting, but I'm still going to emphasize on why these various things are important and you would want to do them. Now, do you need to get the Battle Pass? That is entirely up to you to figure that out. But I will emphasize on the fact that the free-to-play side is good and the end goals to do certain things are justified. And there are some things that I'm going to complain about. But at the very least, if you're free-to-play and, you know, if you have a different opinion and whatnot, that is on you. For me, I'm just going to point at these items and say which one is important in my opinion, and if you don't agree or agree or disagree, that's up to you. Alright, so once again, global or North America PSO2 have this function. They released it and a lot of us were joking around saying like, yeah, we don't have that, but now we do have it. Yet the rewards are good and they're relevant, which will help those who are trying to get to endgame or those who want good stuff for endgame means. For example, endgame formulas. I do a bunch of affixing formulas, and there's a particular one you would want to do if you would want to try to get all of the 4 abilities together, or maybe 3 out of the 4 abilities like Mana Rev, Ether Factor, Astra Soul all together. However, with this addition, it allows you to do some stupid combos like having Guardian Soul, Ether Factor, Absolute Glare, and Mana Rev. 4 of the endgame abilities together. One of them being super stupidly hard, but there are ways around it, and I've already made Guardian Soul, and I showed you guys how I go about it. You can look at the description for that. When it comes to finding this mission pass, you're gonna have to open up your menu, go to the quest icon, the word icon, 5th button, and you will see the mission pass. You'll pull it up, and you can see that this is what it is. There are 3 pages of this. You go up all the way to tier 30. Now you can get these points and get up to that, and then you gotta have to wait for the next season to do the next set and all that. This will expire on the 14th. Now you got the 2 sides. You got free to play and the the mission pass gold ticket. You will need to pay star gems to get this, and I will state why you might want to consider this. Now, do you need to do it? No, this is a choice. This is your option. And let me just say, on the free-to-play side, it looks nice, especially with the 2nd page and the 3rd page. Now, the 1st page you would definitely want to do it so you can get some of these miscellaneous things, these small little items that will help you, like for example having a try boost 150, getting this grind success plus 50 booster, the gold ticket. If you want to know how to get bonus keys, I already made a video talking about that, above my header in the description. But you will definitely want to try to stock up on these mission badge passes or these mission badge currencies for the mission pass exchange that you will see in the recycle shop. You'll see that roughly around the end of this video. So note that you can skip the tiers if you pay an X amount of star gems. I advise you to just work your way with these and just wait on the weekly cooldown and the weekly tier missions that you have to do. So let me talk about why the free-to-play side looks nice and you would want to do it. Other than getting those currencies, you have Sage Crests. This is 100 free Sage Crests. Usually when it comes to you getting this particular currency, you have to do various tasks that you can see on Bump, and you get 10 of them for completing each task. Sometimes you get like 50 for doing all of them, sometimes you get 60, but this is a whopping 100. And if you want to try to go towards a particular 15 star that you might need for a certain upgrade, like the Puras and Stil upgrade, or specifically the Puras one, if you haven't seen that video talking about the Puras weapon, above my header in the description, you will need to use Sage Crest if you want the fixed method. You can try to farm for them off on the quest, but it is RNG, it is not a guarantee. Now, right after that, it's gonna be this thing. This thing is endgame material, especially when it comes to a lot of the upgrades for the 15 star. Let me point them out right now before I forget. So I'm gonna go down here. It's a bit laggy because a lot of people are online right now over here in the Japanese PS2 on ship 2. But if I talk to Zig, I go over here and okay, yeah, that's where you exchange your Sage Crest. You can get, once again, 15 star weapons here. They will cost an X amount, and note that the max rarity is not at 35, so you would need to get multiple copies for it. This is why you will want to try to get stacks of Sage Crests. Not only that, the Sage Crest can also be used over here where you can get these stones that you need so you can do 15 star upgrades. But if I were to look at the high, or at the very top of the list over here, you'll see that these 4 require, well, 3 of the 4 requires Grainne crystals. 2 of them to do a Puras upgrade, 6 of them to do a Stil upgrade. This one doesn't require as much. It does require fragments though that you get from Divide and these Primordial Darkness Demo stones, and then you will need 4 Grainne crystal to do the final upgrade. I'll talk about this particular weapon series because this is, I wouldn't say the actual end game weapon, but this is unique because of what it has to offer. But you would need those crystals, so when it comes to getting these crystals, you had to do a lot of conversions. You can't get them through normal means. There have been events like the 8th year anniversary event where they did hand them out. But to understand how much it costs to actually get one of these, it will cost 200 fragments that you get from Divides and Divide medals, which you get from doing Divide quest itself. You're gonna need 350 of these and 200 to just get one of these, and this is on a monthly cooldown. You can only get up to 4. So if you do 4 times 200, it's gonna be 800, and 4 times 350 is gonna be 1,300. That's a lot of other currencies you need. Now they did, with the update, add these Grainne crystals to the gold prize shop, or this limited prize shop. You can see that if you trade in 500 gold medals, you can get one of these. That's a lot of gold medals though. So that is why you would want to do the free-to-play side. And obviously if you get the gold ticket as well, you are working on the free-to-play side as well. Now the third page is where it starts to get juicy. You get this as well, you get this key. It's different from the gold key, so gold Tokyo key, so this is still plus side. Now this one, questionable. It is handy, but it depends on the situation. Depends on what you are trying to aim for in the collection files. The last two, 28 and 30, this is where it gets juicy. Because this is something you need to do a 15 star upgrade. So you can get your Celestial weapon, which is a weapon series that's a 14 star to a 15 star. You need this stone to actually do that upgrade. Without this stone, you can't get the 15 star. Right now, there is a limited time mission or quest where you can get a free 15 star light stream, free 15 star liberate weapon, and a set of 13 star liberate units. I already made a video discussing about it. I will bring it up again later in a separate video or separate videos, but you can look up my header in the description for those videos. And then for the last one, you get a rainbow key. So it looks nice. This is what I was trying to talk about with global, like give them good incentives, good items that really count. This does count because understand that end game content, you need good gear, especially on ultra hard, and you can easily get a 15 star by getting this stone and using it in the formula. I'll talk about the gold pass in a bit, but let me show you guys physically where you can actually do this conversion. You talk to Zig, you have a certain celestial weapon. Let's say you got a sword celestial weapon. Guess what? Once you have the sword celestial weapon, you will go to the light stream one, trade in that stone, trade in your weapon, and 400 X cubes. You got a 15 star right there. I will be talking about, or I will be remaking the videos talking about the 3 15 stars that I talked about in the past, which is the Austere, the Atlas, and the Lightstream. If you want to work on them right now, you can open up your menu, hit the shift key, pretend like you are going to your ARCS missions. You'll see at the very bottom of the list, it is tier missions. It will give you an X amount of points for completing these missions. I can tell you right off the bat, if you want to complete most of these, do divides. Because that's how you get a bunch of kills. That's how you fight against a bunch of mobs and creatures of these types. This one's very specific by hitting enemies by their weak points. Hopefully you know where most of the weak points are. You might be able to just do it willy-nilly and get this completed regardless of you knowing or not knowing. And then the first 4 though, this will take a bit because you do need to do 10 emergency quests. You do need to do featured quests and bonus quests if you don't know how to do that or unlock it. If you haven't unlocked it, I have a video above my header in the description for that. Emergency trials, if you run a bunch of free fields and stuff, you will bump into this and you'll complete them without worrying as much. And then the 30 client orders, that will take a good chunk of your time. And I think it's from anyone. It says accept any 30 client orders from clients, complete their conditions and collect their rewards. So it doesn't matter if it's actual daily orders or if it's from a mentor or your NPC partner or from Franca or someone. Just get 30 client orders and complete them. So if you do want to work on the gold ticket, or let's say you want to, I guess if you hit shift again, you can easily get to the battle pass or the mission pass. I don't like calling it battle pass. If you want to get the gold ticket, you will have to pay a good 100 star gems. You can go to the star gem shop and you can buy it. It costs 100. And if you want to see it on the menu and get to it, go to the shopping cart, star gem scratch, click on inventory, buy storage. Doesn't matter, you'll see this over here. Pay 100 star gems and start working on it. I'm gonna do that because I want to test out something right now while I record this. So I have accepted it, and if I go back to this, you can see that I can collect this stuff over here. So with the gold one, I have mixed feelings about the cosmetics. The particular items that pop up here and there are good incentives, good bonuses, but I will change my opinion when you get to the latter part of this. Now, once again, over here, this is actually pretty good because you get more currencies, which then you can get for a particular, 15 star. And then you have a 45, which is a bit hard to farm, but it will help you because, you know, it's an extra 5% compared to the 45. But the big thing I want to highlight is at the very end. And there's other things that you can do with these particular items if you do not want them. So yeah, you get these as well. But the big one, this thing. This thing over here. Now, I talked about pop items and how useful they are. I will make a separate video explaining why you will want to keep whatever pop item you have. By pop item, I'm referring to add ability item. But if you notice what these add abilities are, they are fucking good. Usually you have to do the limited time AC recycle exchange to get some of these items, these pop items. The last one that I did have these add ability items. But yeah, you can get these at the very end of this tier once you complete it. So not only are you getting that rainbow key and all the good free to play stuff, you're getting all these things as well. And then you're getting this. This is 100% guaranteed to be slapped onto whatever weapon in our unit at whatever slot number. Let that sink in. You can use this on whatever. Now you do have to choose one out of these 4 groups. But this is fucking good. Because you can easily slap this onto something. Like let's say you're having a hard time having Omega Memoria be slapped onto something that has Returner 5 or Veteran Resolve 5, Crack 5, and Astral Soul, or better yet, like maybe with an Ether Soul or something. You can easily slap this at 100% to make sure it works. Now you gotta worry about the other percentages because if it's not a pop item and it's not 100%, you gotta have to make it at 100% or you gamble with that percentage. But yeah, this is fucking good. This is fucking good. So I am going to do this. Now let me talk about like some of the stuff that I'm not going to use. Like some of these cosmetics I may not use. Some of them I might use. I get it. This will help those who are free to play and those who do not want to spend a ton of ACs, or maybe they are okay with spending 100 star gems so they can get these other materials or these other cosmetic stuff. That is your opinion. And you can think for yourself about that. But if you want to get rid of these items, don't toss them away. What you can do is go over here to the recycle shop and attend it, like the actual physical guy over here. Don't try to do it over here in the cycle shop because it's not going to pop up. You want to go down here right below the cafe. Want to find this guy, and let me see if I can actually trade in the items I get from the Battle Pass. So if I want to collect this, for example, I have no clue if this guy will be able to tell the difference of the boosters that I get from here, and if he's going to exchange it. So the third option over here, Mission Badge Exchange Shop. There's 4 things I'm going to toy around with most. Like, you can go for all these other ones, but I would just try to farm for them instead. But these 3 are good, because once again, like I was talking about with the add abilities for those FSO, Omega Memorial and stuff, these are finalized. These are the mid abilities that you have to make. An Ether Factor, an Astral Soul, a Mana Reverie. Finalized. Guess what I can do with that Mana Reverie? I am going for this Mana Reverie. And I'm going to be adding ability to that 1 unit piece that I made with Guardian Soul. Because that formula that I did. Guardian Soul, Ether Factor, Absolute Glare, and Crack 5? With that pop item, I have Mana Reverie, meaning that I have 4 of, like, at least 3 of the mid-game abilities with an end-game ability, which is Guardian Soul. That was the ideal effects I was trying to go for in the beginning, but it was hard because if you were physically making Mana Rev and Absolute Glare together, it's not going to be possible because there's going to be a lot of conflictions, complications. This thing just allowed me to do that end-game formula. This is how strong these motherfuckers are, and this is why I can't really bitch about our mission pass. But not only that, if you don't want a particular item, you can click at the very bottom to change it. Now, from the looks of it, just because I decided to click on that, it has to be a very specific item for it to be exchanged. So I guess if it's a cosmetic item, it will most likely be traded in for a mission badge. And talking about mission badges, let me talk about how much you are acquiring, especially if you decide to accept the gold ticket one and work your way through this. So if it's just the free-to-play side of things, you're getting 20 of these badges on each page. So 20 times 3 is 60. Guess what? If you decide to go for the gold route as well and do the free-to-play route, you are also getting 20 as well. So there's 2 on each page. You got 20, 20, so that's 40. You got another 20, 20 over here. That is 80. 20, 20 over here. That is 120. Guess what? Now you have the chance to get a particular pop item over here. Go to the third option. You can trade in those 120 for these. Once again, you can go for anything else. That is on you. That is at your own discretion. I'm getting these because of what I just state and how useful the ability transfer process is now and how you can easily pop and add ability. So overall, our mission pass, I cannot... I mean, they could improve on it. I was hoping that with the damn thing over here, it was better cosmetics items, or maybe a couple Star Gem items. Maybe they were from a Star Gem. I can't remember exactly. I know I've seen these particular outfits somewhere. It's just that, you know, could have done something a bit better. Some of these other things, they're just there. They are useful in their own unique way. I mean, if you need to change your hair color or a particular outerwear item, you can use that pass. You can easily buy a Rappy suit and try to get a color change pass as well. I mean, they do have free salon ones as well, but ultimately, it's like some of these things. And once again, I was more concerned about the free-to-play side and see how they would help them. And those free-to-play items are good, because that helps you towards the end game and help you go towards a 15 star. But the big thing for me is that mission badge exchange. So I am going to be doing these off screen. And what are your thoughts and opinions about it? Yes, you're not getting a refund. I don't think you're getting a refund because I don't see a Star Gem reward for this. Yeah, I don't see any sort of Star Gems that you can get for completing it entirely. But at the same time, it's a good trade-off because, once again, you're getting add abilities, you're getting a bunch of badges. It only costs 100. I don't remember how much it costs over there in Global. I think it costs like 200. But I like what they're doing. And I'm not really mad about the mission passes over here because this will, like, these tier missions here, The only one I might bitch about a tiny bit would be that client order one. That's just you going out of your way to get all these client orders so you can do whatever and get this completed. You got a week though, so it's not as bad. But yeah, all these other ones you'll get eventually. This one's just trying to promote you to do feature quests and bonus quests, or just do feature quests and see if you can get a chance to get something good, or get a good chunk of different currencies that you can use in-game. If you're able to get a rainbow key, that is the plus side though. So it kind of a small incentive to do it. But these other missions you can easily do by doing divides, because that's the end game content. You do need to farm divides so you can get materials, so you can do all these other things in game, especially aiming towards the 15 stars. So I can't really complain about that. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode or video. Peace.